Hey, what's going on YouTube? So, as you guys may know, about a few days ago of this recording, the Rockstar announced that they are actively working on Grand Theft Auto 6. Now, they didn't specify and say that it was going to be Grand Theft Auto 6, but I think we all know it's going to be Grand Theft Auto 6. They did say that it's going to be a new entry to the series, and I highly doubt it's going to be a spin-off to Grand Theft Auto 5 because I don't think they're working 9 years on a spinoff. I'm very certain that this is going to be Grand Theft Auto 6. So I just wanted to go over a wish list sort of thing of the top things I want to see in Grand Theft Auto 6 in no particular order. But let me know in the comment section down below if there's anything you agree with me on this, if you disagree with me, something you want to add to, something that you agree with me on but you want to add on to what I want. So with all that out of the way, let's get started. One thing I want to see return actually. It has been in the game since Grand Theft Auto 4. They need to add a 6-star wanted level. And I'm really confused on why this wasn't in Grand Theft Auto 5, considering there was a military base in GTA 5, Fort Zancudo. It makes no sense why the military just go after you, the National Guard, whatever. Like, I don't think that would actually happen in real life. Like, the National Guard, maybe, but I don't think the actual military will go after somebody. But it's a video game, in all honesty. Like, in this video game, there's hover bikes and flying DeLoreans, so I don't see why they can't have this. And it'd be a lot of fun, especially in online. I'm not sure if online they would be able to handle that. Well, on current generation hardware, maybe that's why they didn't add it. But I really miss playing San Andreas and Vice City and being chased by tanks, and maybe, they can like add more military vehicles chase you that aren't tanks, like APCs, insurgents, the half track. There's a lot of military vehicles now added to the game, and it'd be really cool to see like law enforcement actually use those to actually chase after you. Another feature I'd like to see in Grand Theft Auto 6 would be something similar to what they had in Red Dead Redemption 2, where like if let's say for example in Red Dead 2 I were to go and shoot up roads and I get away from the cops, and then when I open up the map, the town of Rhodes is marked as red, and like that's because there's a lot of police activity and there's no civilians because it's on lockdown for a few days. It'd be cool if in GTA 6 like a neighborhood or a small part of the city or the map or whatever was locked down because you have a wanted level over there, and when you go there the cops will recognize you and you'll instantly get 6 stars. Or like if you went there the first time you got like 3 stars, you'll get 4 stars next time you go there and they recognize you. And kind of like the bounty system in Red Dead Redemption 2, it'd be kind of cool to like pay off the cops so that they don't have to pursue you anymore and the town won't be on lockdown for you anymore. That would just be a good idea, I think, for the wanted level system. The next feature I want in Grand Theft Auto 6, I feel as if it really should have been in GTA 5, but for some reason it wasn't. I feel that you should have insurance on your vehicles in single player. Like, I don't see why that wasn't the case in the first place with GTA 5. Like, I get like you have like basically $30 million once you beat GTA 5, but like it gets kind of annoying when you buy a $1 million car, it blows up, and once it's blown up, it's gone, meaning you'd have to go buy a whole new car. Which again, it's single player, so it isn't a problem, but it's really annoying and inconvenient. So like, I don't see why not. Like with the tanks and the helicopters and planes in story mode, you don't have to worry about, oh, what if they get destroyed, because you can just call it in again and again. So I feel as if they should do the same thing for the cars. Another feature that I want in Grand Theft Auto 6, I feel Grand Theft Auto 5 really missed the mark on, and I feel as if GTA 4 somewhat perfected, is being able to enter interiors and not let the interiors be limited to just missions. Because like there was a lot of interiors in GTA 5 that you go in one time for a mission, never again. The Foundry, Paleto Bay Bank, there's a jewelry store, there's the FIB and IAA building. Why is it that I'm not able to enter these interiors? Like, I guess it makes sense in a way, like you shouldn't be allowed in the FIB building or the IAA building, but at the same time you're a criminal, so it's like it would make more sense. Plus in Grand Theft Auto 4, you're able to re-enter interiors, and not only just that, there's interiors you've never been inside of that you can enter, like the Rockstar Cafe. And I feel as if Rockstar is kind of like shooting themselves in the foot when they just go and design these interiors just to use them one time and to never go inside them again. And also, like, why stop there? Like, bring back Cluck and Bell, bring back Burger Shot, bring back the nightclubs. As a kid, when I was playing San Andreas, I would love going to the gyms. I loved going to the restaurants. And it's like, why can't we do that in the newer games? You'd think that the newer the game, the more advanced it'd be, right? So it makes no sense to take away the features. Another feature I'd like to see in Grand Theft Auto 6 would be interacting with NPCs. Now, a lot of people believe that interacting with NPCs wasn't, a thing in Rockstar games until like Red Dead 2. That's actually not true. You're able to do it in Red Dead 1, and you're also able to do it in San Andreas by pressing left and right on D-pad. You weren't never prompted to do it, but you were still able to like reply to like NPCs when they say something, like press left for a negative response and press right for a positive response. Like, it wasn't as in depth as Red Dead 2's, but it was still there. And Red Dead 2's is actually really in depth, and you were able to interact with people at your camp. You're able to interact with NPCs, lawmen, and like it could start a shootout pretty much, which is actually pretty funny to see. It's like antagonizing somebody in town until it starts a shootout or a bar fight or something. And that's something I'd like to see in GTA 6. Another feature I'd like to see in Grand Theft Auto 6 that I'm actually really surprised is not in Grand Theft Auto Online, or no one's asked for this that I know of, is bringing back classic weapons. I don't see why nobody has asked for the flamethrower or the chainsaw. Those are such fun weapons to use, and I don't understand why they never brought it back. Flamethrower might be a little OP in PvP, but come on, man. It's a classic weapon. Why won't they bring that back? And on the note of weapons, another thing they should bring back from San Andreas that they haven't brought back in a while is weapon skill. Dual-wielding Desert Eagles or micro SMGs. And that will actually bring a lot of depth to the PvP modes in GTA Online. The next feature I want to talk about is MiniHeist in story mode. I remember when I was younger and I first played Grand Theft Auto 5. After I beat the game, I saw a Fleece Bank. I'm like, oh cool, it's a Fleece Bank. I could probably rob this. It was nighttime when I found it. And I couldn't go inside. Like, oh, okay, it's probably closed. So I waited till morning, and then once the sun rose in GTA, I tried to go in the bank again. It turns out I wasn't able to enter the bank. So I'm just sitting there like, what the hell? And it turns out you can't rob the Fleece of Banks in story mode. You can now, after how many years, but you can't rob the Fleece of Bank in story mode for GTA 5. I feel as if that was a wasted opportunity. I don't think it should be as easy as like robbing a convenience store. Kind of like with the auto shop contracts, you do those 2 setups and then you do the finale. I feel as if they should do the same thing, but in story mode. And it doesn't have to be limited to just banks. Let it be jewelry store. Maybe make it an armored truck shipment. Another thing I believe they should add that I don't think they've had since Vice City Stories would have to be having illegal businesses. Like, I know in GTA Online we have our drug businesses and we have to like make sales and stuff, but with story mode I believe we should have our own drug businesses like cocaine lockup, meth lab, counterfeit cash, and let it be a passive income so we make that money in the background considering it's story mode. There's no like shark card incentive and all that. I believe that's what made Vice City Stories really unique, is that you took over businesses and you can buy them and upgrade them, kind of like with GTA Online. I thought that was really unique with Vice City Stories, and I thought that was really cool. Next feature I want to talk about is being able to buy multiple safe houses. This was a feature in the older Grand Theft Auto games, and in San Andreas especially. Like, there's like so many different safe houses you can buy. A lot of them had copy and paste interior. Grand Theft Auto 4, you couldn't buy safe houses, but as you progress through the story, you got another safe house after another, which made sense, I guess. But I feel as if GTA... And again, I remember I was playing GTA 5, I beat the story, and I saw the real estate website. I was like, oh, cool, I can buy houses? And I remember I set my GPS to one of the houses from the website, and I couldn't buy it. So I'm just sitting here like, what? So again, it was wasted potential. I feel as if GTA 6 should let us buy multiple safe houses. Up next, I want to talk about cheat codes. Like, I remember San Andreas had such a huge catalog of cheat codes. We all had that piece of paper we wrote down with the cheat codes. Now, it's just like, why do they. Like, GTA 5 has cheat codes and Red Dead 2 has cheat codes, but they're not as memorable and, like, they're not as fun. Like, yeah, they got the super jump and the invincibility at last 5 minutes. And like Red Dead 2's cheat codes, you can't even save your game unless you don't put the cheat codes in. You can't even save your game in Red Dead 2 if you have the cheat codes activated. So it's like I feel as if GTA 6 should like let us have as much fun as possible with cheat codes, just like San Andreas. No matter how grounded in reality the game is. And let us save the cheat codes in our phone, like Grand Theft Auto 5 and 4. This next one, I believe, is going to be a given. It's kind of like a tradition in the GTA games. But collectible hunting, like the flying rats from Grand Theft Auto 4, where you kill 100 pigeons at Liberty City, or the horseshoes from San Andreas. I feel as if that would be pretty fun, but there's not much more to elaborate on that. A lot of people might disagree with me on this next one, but I feel like my opinion to this is pretty valid, and that is to play as only one character. Because I feel like with Grand Theft Auto 5's three character system, I feel like it really killed character development. And a lot of the story felt like it was going through the motions. There was no like build up to like antagonists, and like I feel as if like the three character wheel kind of sacrificed Franklin's character development, especially. And if you look at like Watchdog Legion, I guess they're trying to leech off of that idea. Like, oh, let's play as many characters as possible. It kind of killed character development because like you're just playing as these literal NPCs because with no character, just scripted dialogue. There's no actual, character to them in Watch Dogs Legion. And I'm afraid that GTA 6, if they do another three character thing, that's what's going to feel like. So I feel like we should go back to just doing one character. At the very least, let us play as one character at the beginning of the game, and at the end of the game, we play as another character, like we did with the Red Dead series. The next feature that I want in Grand Theft Auto 6 that's kind of similar to my previous ones, being able to buy legitimate businesses and use them as like drug fronts, just like in Scarface, The World Is Yours. Remember GTA 5's story, they actually did have that post game. They actually did have the ability to buy businesses and you made passive income. It wasn't a lot of money, but still, it was just a cool thing to do. And you also had like mini games or like side missions where you can do missions for the business. Another feature I'd like to see is customizable safe houses, like sort of like how they're doing with a penthouse in GTA Online, where you can buy certain furniture, but like it's not as in depth as you'd actually want it to be. I sort of just want to see it go full Sims, but I don't think we're actually going to see that in this kind of game. But yeah, I think that'd be actually a really cool feature. Another feature I like to see is being able to hang out with side characters. We had this option to do in GTA 4 and GTA 5. Like, you can just call up your friends. And in GTA 5, if you called up Franklin and Michael when you play as Trevor, you guys can actually, like, go on police chases, and that was pretty fun. I also like the extra dialogue. It's kind of like hidden dialogue. I feel like that would be really cool to see. And Red Dead 2, unfortunately, did not have this feature. Like, go play as Arthur, and you can just invite somebody from the camp to go to the saloon with you. That'd be a really nice feature to have, just with a hidden dialogue and just having the characters talk to each other and talk about like the story. Basically, I think that'd be really cool. Last feature that I'd like to see in Grand Theft Auto 6. This is a big one, and I feel like everybody wants it, but it's very unlikely. But who knows? I want to see a map holding all of the Grand Theft Auto cities. I'm talking about Vice City, Los Santos, San Fierro, Las Venturas, Liberty City, North Yankton. That's a state, but North Yankton. This idea is like long enough to talk about for an entire other video, but honestly, if Rockstar didn't do that, I feel like it would be worth the 9 year wait. Like but honestly, even if they just made Vice City for GTA 6 with like marshlands and swamps and like parts of Florida, I'd be just as happy about that. If you did enjoy this video, go ahead and leave a like on the video. It really helps with the algorithm. Leave a comment if you agree with my list, if you disagree, if there's anything you want to add on to it, like I said. And subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, everybody.